Thank you. And please remain standing and join us as we honor our host nation, England, with the national anthem of England. Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to the stadium pitch at the University of Manchester Armitage Center and Day 6, the final day of Blue Divisional play here at the 2010 Federation of International Lacrosse Men's World Championships. This evening's final Blue Division match features Team Canada, who will face off against Team England. Now let's meet the starting line for Canada. In the midfield, number 4, Jeff Snyder. Defenseman number 7, Mac Allen. Attackman number 13, Garrett Billings. Defenseman number 23, Jonathan Sullivan. On attack, number 24, John Grant Jr. In the midfield, number 28, Kevin Crowley. Defenseman number 45, Brody Merrill. Also on defense, number 48, Matt Vink. Attackman number 50, Kevin Huntley. And in goal for Team Canada, number 17, Chris Sanderson. The assistant coaches for Team Canada include Jeff Gumbar, Randy Mearns, Taylor Ray, and Paul Stewart, and the head coach of Team Canada, Dave Huntley. Now let's meet the starting line for our host nation, England. On attack, number 2, Nicholas Watson. Defenseman number 3, Joseph Duncan. In the midfield, number 5, Andrew Ellison. Also in the midfield, number 12, Evan Roberts. On defense, number 20, Thomas Williamson. Also on defense, number 24, Andrew Baxter. Defenseman number 26, Sam Patterson. On attack, number 29, Adrian Bennett. Also on attack, number 42, Lewis Ratcliffe. And in goal for Team England, number 00, Ben McAllister. The assistant coaches for Team England include Tom Wenham, Ravi Sitlani, Alistair Hodgson, Dan Green, Henry Flanagan, Dave Elwood, and the head coach is Mr. Dave Elwood. Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for today's game include head referee Don Balch from the United States of America. From Australia, number 2, Don Lovett. From the United States of America, number 3, Jeff Thibodeau. Our chief bench officer from Australia, Mr. Mark Polden. And our bench manager from Japan, Kei Miyachi.
So the niceties are out the way, and we're getting ready for the start of a match here. This is England versus Canada, the final Blue Division match. England have to win to qualify, but in all truth, it's pretty unlikely up against the world champions of Canada.
There's Evan Roberts on the face-off for England against Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder wins the first face. Canada switching up the face-off crew, bringing our offensive midfield players on. That's Rhys Dutch, number 10 for Canada, just running past. Bounce pass to Kevin Huntley. David Huntley is the head coach. He's got vast experience. Both Kevin and David played at Johns Hopkins University, and David was an All-American midfield player who held a record of scoring over 100 goals in from midfield. And the first shot saved by Ben McAllister. He'll be pleased to get that first one out of the way. That's Rhys Dutch again on the ball. Corey Small being shut off there by number 13, Alex Davidson. Looks like the English defence are going to press out with their short sticks and try and seal off certain players. This is Kevin Crowley, 28. You see lots of off-ball movement and picks being set. This is Rhys Dutch, feeds inside. That's the first goal, assist by Rhys Dutch, and a score by number 29, Corey Small. He played his college across at Albany in upstate New York, and currently playing
Canada goal, scored by number 29, Corey Small.
Again, catches the ball.
Assist in the goal by number 10, Rhys Dutch.
Duncan, number 3, one from Alex Davidson. Still manages to get his shot off. Just steps away there from the defender. Great
Once
play.
again, the goal scored for Team Canada by number 29, Corey Small. His first goal of the game, 8th goal of the
2
tournament.
minutes into the game. Bit of a delay on the restart, not quite sure what that was about. Evan Roberts again against Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder wins the draw, pops it forward. That's Andrew Baxter putting heavy pressure on Jeff Snyder. Andrew Baxter's had a tremendous tournament so far. He's from the Brooklands Lacrosse Club. Used to be called Brooklands Humeans. It was actually based on the old Humeans Lacrosse Club that used to be in Manchester. And there was a combination of the old Humeans Club and the Sale Club combined to form the Brooklands Humeans team. Sean Williams on the ball. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see some more hidden ball attempts tonight. Sean Williams passes it behind. That's Zach Greer, number 88. And here's Jordan Hall on the ball. Jordan was part of the gold medal winning team in 2006. Played his lacrosse at Delaware. Great movement. Number 13, Garrett Billings, peeled off his man after setting a pick, got the inside feed and put the ball away, right-hand corner.
Canada goal, scored by number
There's the
13,
finish.
Garrett
Alex
Billings.
Davidson, the blue nose, Tom Gallen, number 14, doing everything he can.
Assist in the
right
goal by
next
number
to him.
39,
But the
Mark
Canadian stick work
Steenhuis.
really is first class. All these guys are professional players.
Once again, the goal scored for Team Canada by
Against
number 13,
Schneider.
Garrett Billings. His first goal of the game, his 11th goal of the
Tremendous
tournament.
face-off battle. You can see the other players, they're not allowed to contact the two face-off men, but there's lots of barging off ball, trying to secure a spot. And Evan Roberts nearly came up with it, but Brodie Merrill comes up with the ball. That's the second face-off win for Canada. Good intercept, and he tried the long feed. Andrew Baxter coming off the field there. Looks like he's been playing some long stick midfield today. As Zach Greer directing events on the ride, asking his teammate to push up, forcing the long pass cross field. Well played. Sam Patterson tries to turn inside. One man takes the body. Great play by
Ball out of
Canada.
bounds, possession Canada.
Kevin Huntley and Zach Greer, both starting attackmen for Canada, managed to double the ball. Sam Patterson, none of his teammates were open, and turned up with a turnover, Canada ball. Just as we're reaching the 15-minute mark to go in the first quarter, it's Canada 2, England 0. Wishful thinking there. If only England were in white. Zach Greer push it back to Kevin Huntley. That's Mark Steenhouse with his flowing locks. Looks like he's got his tall socks on, black work socks. Jordan Hall. Zach Greer. For any
Ball
attack
out.
players
Canada
out there, it
holds
really is
possession with the
worthwhile
shot.
focusing on number 88, Zach Greer. His work off ball is tremendous, and he's always looking for that create a little bit of space, and his catch and release is very, very quick. He's got a number of goals in the warm-up games for Canada and also in this championship. He was the top point scorer all time with Duke University, and had a great partnership with, first of all, with Matt Danowski, and later on with Ned Crotty. He's actually playing at number 12 for the US team on the team here. Matt Danowski made it to the final 40 for Team USA, but got cut. Andy Ellison on the ball, finds Mark Reynolds. Mark Reynolds pulls it out. Canada again, the top two teams, USA and Canada, both like to press out on defense. They fancy their matchups athletically. You won't unlikely to see many zone defenses on either of these two teams, apart from when they're man down. Nick Watson behind goal to Matt Bagley. Mark Reynolds up top. Pass it across to Tom Gosney. Another one from the Stockport Lacrosse Club. He's had a tremendous tournament so far. Scored the tying goal against Japan. Reynolds, good ball movement so far. This is looking good for England. Gosney on the ball. He's got a short stick matchup. May fancy his chances there. Nick Watson. Look away feed. Gosney catches, looks for the shot. And just wide. Bit of argy-bargy on
England
ball.
holds
Billy
possession
D.
after the
Smith
shot.
saying, good afternoon, how are you doing? And Tom Gosney just saying, very well, thank you. Good feed again, Tom Gosney.
Possession
Excellent
England
play.
after the shot.
Quick cut to the centre of the goal. Caught the ball, but just shot wide. Lewis Ratcliffe, as he plays his lacrosse in Canada, played at Washington South and is also playing for the Naimo Timbermen, I believe, in the WLA, along with his brother Cale. Double team on the ball, good ground ball. Excellent work by England. Tom Williamson, they call the loose ball push.
Loose ball push England, possession Canada.
Brody Merrill brings the ball forward for Canada. Back inside, shot wide. Again, the Canadians, every
Ball
time
out.
they
Canada
receive the
holds
ball on the
possession
attack,
after the shot.
instantly look to the crease to find who's the open man, or if there's a second cutter. First cutter goes through to create the space, draws all the attention, and I'll have someone else cutting behind him who'll be the man that's wide open. Kevin Crowley, 28. He's a Twarton finalist, or Twarton Trophy finalist this year, 2010, playing for the Stony Brook Seawolves. He's got one more season year left. He'll be a senior next year. Joe Duncan, good ground ball on the crease, passes it back to Ben McAllister, and finds the open Tom Gallen, number 14 on the far side. Gets the ball to Matt Bagley, and Tom Gallen will be coming off, and again they're switching up at the halfway. Get the substitution on. There's Adi Bennett in the background, 29. They're just setting up their 6-on-6. Adi Bennett's from the Cheadle Lacrosse Club. Mark Reynolds, Nick Watson again working on that corner. Good shot by Roberts, left-handed this time. He
England
scored
holds
the
possession after
overtime
the
winner
shot.
against Japan right-handed. I think that came off the pipe. Lewis Ratcliffe. Excellent play by Chris Sanderson. Chris Sanderson really has been the story of the championships, coming back from a very serious illness, and not only to make it here, but he's actually been one of the top performing goalkeepers of the whole tournament. Had a key performance against USA. Cross-field
Ball out.
field
Possession
ball
England.
there to Dan Dawson. And he plays for the Boston Blazers in the NLL. And another indoor league all-star. Dan Dawson was on the team in 2007 at Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is the World Indoor Championships. The next World Indoor Championships will be held in Prague, 2011, and similar to this year's tournament in England, not only will there be a World Championships, there's also a World Lacrosse Festival. You get in contact with them at WILC Prague, PRAGUE 2011.com. That's the official World Games site for the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships in 2011. Tom Gosney with the ball to Evan Roberts. Again, Gosney steps wide, looks inside. A.D. Bennett.
England
Catch and
possession with the
shoot,
shot.
just wide. Nicky Watson brings it in quickly on the back line. Cale Ratcliffe gets on the score sheet for England. I believe it was Evan Roberts. I think it might be Evan Roberts. Sorry, I thought it was 10. It's actually number 12. Quick feed by Nick Watson behind goal. Yes, it's Evan Roberts with the left-handed drive inside. Stick side high. Takes the late hit as well. I don't know if the referee saw that.
England to goal!
Good
Scored by number 12.
It's called a show and go.
Evan
You look like
Roberts.
you're actually going to shoot, and as you step inside, you step off that
An
plant
unassisted
foot,
goal.
improve your angle.
Once again,
And
the goal
they
scored
have
for
seen the
Team England,
penalty,
unassisted by
and
number
because
12.
the hit
Evan
took
Roberts,
place
his first
after
goal
the
of game
ball
and
was
second goal of
scored.
the tournament.
It's actually after the whistle, there's no face-off. So England start with possession. It's an excellent opportunity there. A man up, number 45, Brodie Merrill, takes 1 minute for a late hit.
After the goal, Canada penalty.
Again, Ratcliffe
illegal body
to
check by
Gosney.
number 45, Brodie Merrill. Once again, Canada penalty.
Nick
1
Watson
minute
behind
reversal
goal,
for an illegal
looking
body
for
check by number
Bagley.
45, Brodie Merrill.
To Ratcliffe. Bagley with a shot from 12 yards. Good save again by Sanderson. The number of saves he just looks make easy, but there's a fantastic save. Nick Roberts with the ground ball and Nick Watson with the ground ball and behind the back pass. I don't know if anyone saw the game yesterday. Mark Reynolds with an excellent shooting chance just puts it wide.
Possession England. After
Nick Watson actually scored the first goal against the USA yesterday for England, so England were 1-0 up and had a behind-the-back shot, top corner. Again, that looked like he came off the goalie's helmet.
England
And
possession.
another save for Sanderson. Another excellent shooting chance for Mark Reynolds. I was disappointed with that. Tom Gosney on the ball. Great cut inside, Ratcliffe, goal! It's not over till it's over. Canada 2, England 2. 6:49 left in the first quarter. And England, after going down on 2 quick goals to Canada,
England
just like
to
that, have turned it around,
goal.
scored the equalising
Scored
goal.
by number
Beautiful
42,
cut by Ratcliffe,
Lewis
off the pick inside.
Ratcliffe.
Just squeezes it through past Chris
Assist to
Sanderson's
the goal by
legs.
number 16,
Wants to
Mark
pick on the crease.
Reynolds.
He comes around the outside of the pick, while his defender,
Once again,
Jeff Snyder,
the
came
goal
under
scored by
the
Team
underside
England,
of the
number
pick.
42, Lewis Ratcliffe.
Managed to get a little bit of
His first goal
separation.
of the game and ninth
That's
goal
all
of
he
the
needed.
tournament.
Great goal by Lewis Ratcliffe, and again by an excellent feed. Brodie Merrill looking for the pass inside. 1-on-1. Kevin Huntley with the finish. Brodie Merrill with the assist. Kevin Huntley, number 50, catches the ball inside. Rolled past that last check. Here is Merrill coming in. We can see on the replay. Defender,
Canada
great work by
goal.
Baxter, just
Scored
misses
by
it.
number 50, Kevin Huntley.
Baxter be disappointed with that. But a superb finish
Assist
by
to the goal
Kevin
by number
Huntley.
45,
Beat him to the ball,
Brody
shielded his
Merrill.
stick, and then drops it down in the bottom corner past Ben McAllister. Again, the starting
Repeating the goal
lineup
scored
tonight
for
pretty
Team
much
Canada by
reflects the
number 50,
performances so
Kevin
far by the
Huntley,
England
his first goal
players.
of the game,
Baxter
seventh goal
and
of the tournament.
McAllister have had an excellent tournament. Brody Merrill comes up with a ground ball on the face-off, but we're contending very well against Jeff Snyder, who was the MVP in the 2006 games. Give and go again. Canada looking to step it up in pace. A lot of teams, when they get the ball upfield, will look to take a breather, get substitutes off the field. Brody Merrill recognised this, pass to Dan Dawson, give and go, drops it as a long stick inside bottom corner.
Canada goal!
Super goal by
Scored
Brody
by
Merrill.
number 45,
If you watch
Brody
here, just get
Merrill.
got half a yard. Super feed by Dan Dawson,
Assist to the goal
leading
by number
Brody
6,
Merrill so he could run onto the feed. It
Dawson.
wasn't a hard pass. It's what's called a spot feed, where he just throws it into an area
Once
and
again, the
lets the
goal
man run
scored for
onto
Team
it.
Canada with a long pole by number
Good battling by Evan
45,
Roberts.
Brody Merrill.
And hustle by Eddie Bennett. Jeff Snyder's seen all this before though. Knocks over Evan Roberts. Roberts bounces back up. Snyder setting the pick. Joe Duncan on Dan Dawson, who really is that big. He's 6'5". And I think this is the first touch of the night for John Grant Jr. Turns inside, turns outside, and well done. Joe Duncan strips him. John Grant looked like he was getting ready for a behind-the-back shot. There was a good slide on the ball, and Joe Duncan, as John Grant was hanging his stick out of the back, managed to take the ball off him. Hopefully some photos of that one. Canada 4, England 2. Just under 3.5, just over 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Another transition, fast break, round the world feeds, gets a deflection off Mark Reynolds. Well, John Grant has scored lots of great goals and great assists, but that was one very much unfortunate one for England. He went for the round the world, where he wraps the stick around his back left-handed to pass it
Canada
across the crease to a
goal!
teammate.
Scored by number 24,
Unfortunately, Joe
John
Duncan just got a
Grant
touch of it as
Jr.
it dribbles in past Ben McAllister.
An unassisted goal.
Perfect camera work here. Two men chasing him. He tries to pass the ball,
Repeating the goal scored for Team
deflects
Canada,
it off an
unassisted by
England
number
player
24,
and just
John
dribbles into the
Grant
goal.
Jr., his
Goalkeeper
first
had
goal of
no
the game,
chance to react.
8th goal of the tournament.
Tom Gallen fighting for the ground ball. And John Grant with the ball on the wing. Again, got defence tied up. I think England has a step back into a zone. Crease. Referees have done well this time, rather than call the crease and bring the play back. England number 14, Tom Gallen, had the ball, sprints upfield on the transition. So the referees just play on. Lewis Ratcliffe with the ball. Flicks it back out to Matt Bagley. Scored 2 crucial goals against Japan.
2
when we
minutes
needed
remaining
them.
in the first quarter of play.
Mark Reynolds on the ball as Andy Ellison switches off to get another attack man on. Mark Reynolds being marked by Billy D. Smith. Nick Watson. Big push there by number 13, I believe it is, for Canada.
Ball out, possession Canada.
That could be, now that Billings is an attack player, so I don't know who the defender was on that particular one. Again, slow clear by Canada. Sanderson on the ball. This is Brody Merrill bringing it in. Reece Dutch gets the ball to, presumably on the left wing, it's Mr. Junior himself, John Grant. Just in case you're wondering with John Grant Jr., why we call him Junior, there's John Grant Senior was actually a member of the Canadian team that won the gold medal in the World Championships in 1978 for Canada, where they beat the USA 17-16 in the final. John Grant Jr. is actually 6'2". John Grant Sr. was probably 6'5", 6'6". Great save by Ben McAllister. Again, the cutting game for Canada. They cut right through the middle, Garrett Billings. That'll do Ben McAllister's confidence a world of good. One-on-one save from 2 yards. Good reactions there by Ben. Finds Joe Duncan on the release. Evan Roberts on the ball. Stepping in left-handed.
Ball out, Canada possession.
Again, for those that are just joining us tonight, tonight in England,
Your score after the first quarter.
it's been
of play.
raining quite a lot this
Canada
afternoon,
5,
so although it
England
looks
2.
quite bright now, the surface underfoot is quite slippy.
Score update from one of the outside pitches, Poland and Slovakia. It's 8-5 at the moment to Poland. I'm not sure how far we're through that match. There's just 1 quarter left to play, so they've just finished third. Poland leading at 8-5.
Again, the coaches just getting together. Quick chance to get
Hey
the
fans,
players
can
on
you
the
take
field,
better images
grab a
of the
quick
game?
drink.
Do you have better comments to make? Then send your
So
own
just
photos or
a bit of a
comments via
recap.
Bluetooth.
Canada
To
opened the scoring with the first 2 goals very quickly,
The best
looking
photos
very
and comments will
comfortable.
get featured on Facebook.
Then England
and
came
on the
back to tie
official
the game at
blog site,
2-2.
2010
and Canada pulled away.
worldlacrosse.blogspot.com.
There's still 3 goals in lacrosse is nothing. England will be trying desperately to
The 2010 FIL
keep the
World
Canadian team out
Championships are a
and
proud
give it everything
partner
they've got
of
for their last chance to get
LastImages.com,
through to the
our
top
official
4.
event photographer. If you're interested in action shots or team photos of the 2010 championships,
Sandy
be sure to
Ellison
visit us
about to put his
online
helmet
at
back on. Andrew Baxter, number 24.
www.lastImages.com for
Sam
official
Patterson,
photos.
26, going out to the field.
And fans, don't forget to
There's
pick up your
Lewis
official
Ratcliffe in the
2010
foreground.
World Championship lacrosse program in the main marquee. Remember, you can't enjoy the game without an official 2010 World
Really is a
Championship program.
Herculean task England have set for themselves. Canada, world champions, ranked number 1, and having beaten for the first time ever in round robin play, beat the Americans, the USA side this week. For those of you who haven't seen that game, I'd recommend going back and checking that one out. Some superb play. And it was a controversial goal that was not given. But Mike Lavelle scored a goal, but the ball just hit the side of the net and came out. It looked from regulation play at normal speed that the goal had hit the post and the goalie's leg. But in slow motion, we could actually see the ball
Illegal procedure, England, possession.
come out. And it's John Grant on the ball. Reece Dutch, Garrett Billings, Kevin Crowley. And England sitting in the zone. Crowley with the shot,
Canada
ball goes
possession
wide
with
right.
the shot.
John Grant inside. Got a deflection. I think that was off a Canadian stick, so it'll be England ball. Turnover Canada. And there's just under 19 minutes left in the first half. Good clear by Joe Duncan to Andy Ellison. They won't catch him. Dishes off to Nick Watson. Again, just resetting the offense, England. Savouring possession and then gradually bringing it down and speeding things up. Matt Bagley on the ball. To Evan Roberts. To Tom Gosney. Tom Gosney may fancy his chances here on a short stick. Reece Dutch. So Nick Watson looking inside for the feeds. Not many cutters available though. He's driving hard to the left hand side. Drawn the slide. There's no one open, needs to pull it out. Again, Matt Bagley looking inside. It's a